Welcome back, listeners, to Han Took Shots First. I'm Derrick.
I'm Jack.
And I almost forgot the name of the show.
Because you took shots first.
This week, we're here to discuss Mandalorian Chapter 22, Guns for Hire, Jack's favorite episode of the series.
Ew. I was even texting you while I watched it. I was like, I fucking hate this. The good news is, like, as soon as I was texting that part's just about over until the end. So it's a shitty sandwich of the bread is poop.
Yeah, because the middle's not bad. I mean, it's
not bad. You get a fun fight scene and shit.
It feels like a filler episode. It's a quick thing.
Yeah.
It's just to get us to how did they meet up with the other Mandalorians.
I was gonna say, like, if you really want to get down to it, you could just skip this episode as a watch. All you're missing out on is how did Axe Woves and the other Mandalorians get there. That's the only pertinent part of information in this.
Yeah, skip to the end. I feel like this one, well, let's go through the tail of the tape and then we'll get into that. So this originally aired April 5th, 2023, which might be like 3 years to the date when this episode comes out.
Yeah.
No, it's April 1st this one comes out, but we're pretty close.
Well, it'd be a joke though.
Yeah. Directed by Bryce Dallas Howard, which might explain some things, and written by Jon Favreau. I feel like this one is another repurposed from either the New Republic,
Rangers of the New Republic.
Yeah, Rangers of the New Republic, or what Mando was supposed to be without Grogu.
Yeah,
because Grogu's basically, I feel like Jack Black and Lizzo are there to drop Grogu off at daycare and explain why he's not there for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, this is we talked about it. Like, it's, season 3 wasn't really supposed to be this way, and you could tell because Grogu has nothing to do.
And it was funny because I saw a review on IMDb. I don't usually look at those reviews because those people are insane.
Yeah,
but it was right at the first one, and their big complaints were the fish people at the beginning. They're like, those mouths couldn't make human voices. Okay, and then there's not enough Grogu, and I'm like, well, he wasn't supposed to be there, so get over it.
Yeah. Not enough Grogu is stupid.
And that's why
it's called The Mandalorian.
And that's why he's here. Because Kathleen Kennedy was like, I looked at the internet and all I could see was when Grogu's not on screen, I'm thinking about where's Grogu?
Yeah. How are we going to sell Grogu toys without Grogu in this? Answer me that.
I mean, because I watched the last 3 because we've said before we record 2 at a time typically, not always. So I watched the 2 we were recording and then I was like, well, I'm watching the last one.
Yeah, I almost did.
Feels like Grogu is supposed to be there. So I feel like maybe that was the original idea, was something happens and he goes and picks him up, or because he would be off training with Luke, right?
Yeah.
So something along those lines, maybe, because he feels like he's supposed to be there.
Yeah, or they just were able to write that part in a little bit.
Yeah, because at least the next one is written by both Favreau and Filoni, so maybe they had time to sit down and brainstorm.
Yeah, he does have a little bit to do. I just don't think it's intent. I think it's more like, all right, dude, figure out a reason why he's here because Kathleen's making us. And I'm not trying to make her the big bad.
Yeah, because it's not just her. It's a board of directors.
And we talked about it before when she's stepping down. Like, it's not going to change what these people are upset about. The Kathleen Kennedy haters are still going to hate on the mouse. It just will be a group of people instead of just one name.
Yeah, it's all about making stockholders happy.
Yeah.
And Disney's really, really trying to do that these days. So
Disney's is really, really hurting too. I know they still have a bunch of money, but like they are fucking not doing well with their properties, their park.
Well, it's crazy when you think like, oh, we consolidated all of the media into like 3 companies and now they're all not doing well. Weird, right? It's almost as if competition breeds success in capitalism. Huh. Anyway.
Weird. So it also used to be like all these shows and movies used to be properties to try and sell merchandise. That is still kind of true, but the big thing now is these shows are designed to get people to the park because that park is an expensive experience now.
Yeah, and to get people to pay for a monthly subscription to watch 8 episodes a year.
Sure.
They want you to pay, whatever it is these days. I don't subscribe to Disney Plus.
Probably about $16-20, give or take.
Remember when it started and it was $8?
Yeah. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I'll sign. I would pay the $8. The first night that I had it, me and the bleeps just sat there going through all the old cartoons, listening to the theme songs. And I'm like, all right, cool, next. Oh, we go. $8 a month for that? Sign me up.
I don't have to watch YouTube ads.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But so the episode starts here. These are two kind of longer ones, so we'll get through them here. Episode starts with this.
Nah, this one just felt long.
Well, they're both. This one's 45, and the next one's 50. And then the last one's only like 35 or something like that, and that's with the long credits.
Mm-hmm.
So we start on a Quarren spaceship, which I almost looked up. And then the subtitles said "Speaking Quarren," and I was like, "Got it."
This is one you've actually had trouble with before because you like, I know the squid face.
I was thinking Quarren.
By the way,
I was
squid
like,
face
That's
is what our grandfathers used to call them. All right, dude, settle down.
Well, that's because they were in Galaxy War 2, and they just never really, got out of
it. Yeah, the Great Galaxy War.
But we're on this Quarren spaceship. I do like that they have this captain, like, because they're aquatic creatures, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she hangs out in this like water tube to like stay refreshed and healthy, I'm assuming, because as soon as they have to talk to someone, they lower this thing and it empties out all the water, and she's just, so it's like you don't look vulnerable, I guess, while you're talking to your potential enemies.
I didn't even think about that. I thought of it more of like, this is just a comfort for her and she doesn't want to come off as posh.
Oh, maybe it's that too. I
because think about, like, we could, like, not breathing wise, but our bodies could live underwater or operate underwater if, like, we were visiting their planet. Give me a breather. But I would like a little pocket of dry air.
Because it's an Imperial ship that's approaching them. I read it as like, I don't want to look like I'm weak. I want to be like, look, I'm like you guys. I can sit right here.
That actually makes a little bit more sense than mine.
But the best part about this tube is that this guy bringing in this fucking martini glass and just dumping it in, and I couldn't see it first. I was like, you just dump a drink in this big tank of water. It's not gonna do anything. You can't drink it that way. But then you see there's a little fish in it, and so she can eat this booze fish.
You just watered down my drink, and you boozed up my bath. It's two things I don't like.
But they're being approached by a heavily fortified Imperial ship, which is not Imperial.
It's not Imperial. He lets you know. He said it used to be Imperial.
Well, because I love her thing. She's like, we weren't aware of any warlords that needed payment. He goes, I'm not a criminal. I mean, we weren't aware of the majestic Imperials.
Sorry, did I say warlord? I meant the proper rulers of this galaxy. I misspoke.
Sorry, basic's not my first language.
Sounds like, I love how she says that, which is great to like think about. Like, there's a whole Quarren language that would be much more fluid, no pun intended, to speak. But she's like, sorry, basic is not my first language. Kind of sounds like it.
Did you recognize this lady's voice?
No.
You didn't really watch the stuff I recognized. She was talking and I was like, I know this fucking voice.
Okay.
So I had to go look her up. It's an actress named Christine Adams. But the shows I recognized that I had seen her in are definitely things you didn't watch. So I guess that makes sense.
Okay.
She was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She was on Black Lightning.
I did watch that.
She was in like quite a few episodes. I don't remember. It wasn't all of them, but.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm looking at it right here. I do recognize her, especially the shorter hair picture.
Yeah, she was like one of the main characters on Black Lightning, and she was also in Tron Legacy. It was just one of those voices that stuck out to me.
Okay.
And then because it's right next to it in the credits, I saw that the Mon Calamari is voiced by Harry Holland, who would be Tom Holland's brother.
Oh, nice, dude.
So Tom's like, look, Kathleen, can you just, he keeps bothering me.
He needs a job. Yeah, I don't recognize a lot of her stuff.
Yeah, I was like, I know her so much. It's got to be from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. mostly. And then, because we didn't watch all of Black Lightning, but we watched some of it.
I did watch it. Like,
I think I want to say she was the mom.
I'll go through it more in depth because you know me. It's gonna be like one episode of something. She might be she'd be a little young to be on Seinfeld, but maybe we'll see.
But no, it's not Imperials. It's the Mandalorians. It's Axe Woves, Casca Reeves, and the rest of the Dead Meat crew Because we got the two that can't die, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking clan red shirt.
And they're like, well, we were hired because these Mon Calamaris said you absconded with their son. And she's like, I didn't fucking kidnap anybody. It's crazy.
Actually, first of all, I don't even know what abscond means. Not my first fucking language. Second of all, how dare you?
And it turns out it's basically a sushi Romeo and Juliet story here. All I could think of was the movie that we did with our friends at Good Beer Bad Movie Night, Dead Sushi, when you've got this Mon Calamari and the Quarren like kissing, and she's rubbing tentacles on his face, and he's like doing fish mouth stuff to her, and I was
They're
just like
snowballing caviar.
I can think of the big sushi ninja guy,
Yeah. He's got a little Akbar in him.
But this just pretty much introduces us to what these guys are doing, which is
privateers
going around. Yeah, privateers, which is the legal way of saying pirate.
So how pirate? You're only a pirate to another nation. If you're an English pirate or English privateer, you're not harming English stuff. You know what I mean? So if to them, they're like, oh, he ain't hurting us. He's a privateer. He's a private warlord. But then Spain's like, all right, dude, you're a fucking pirate.
Okay, because I think it might be the next one or later this. Yeah, it's the next one. But Grief Karga says, oh, no, those are Mandalorian privateers. I'm like, last time we saw you, you were complaining about privateers, homie. I thought privateer and pirate were the same thing, kind of.
They are. But it's just a matter of who's calling. Like, I would dare say these people are calling themselves privateers because they feel like they're in the right. Other people are like, hey, you're fucking pirates, man. You stole my Mon Calamari.
It's also a nice way of saying mercenary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Privateer.
All of my tears are in private.
So then we cut to the gauntlet heading to Plaisir 15, which is...
I didn't see the first 14.
Which I read, it was kind of interesting. A trivia thing was, I guess they said it's probably derived from the French word, which is like plaisir with an S, which just means pleasure, which would make sense given this planet.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. I feel like I get bored.
I mean, the way Christopher Lloyd describes it later, it sounds pretty cool.
So you just don't need money, though, right?
Right. Basically, they don't need...
That's like the whole thing is everyone's like, well, we don't have to work anymore. It's like, well, how do you pay for stuff? But I guess nothing...
We'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there. So they're heading there to try to convince the Mando Mercs to join them in retaking Mandalore, but they get grabbed by this auto ship guidance thing, parks them at the city, and this is when we start encountering a series of the friendliest robots. And
ever. It's
not the not working that would make me hate this place. It's all of the pleasant robots.
Yeah, can you get like some New York attitude on some of them? Like, hey, what are you fucking looking at? I'm droid in here. Oh, man, do you think they have droids that are stairs, like stair droids?
Maybe.
Because then fucking Sylvester Stallone would be all over it. Did you say stair droids? I heard they make you bigger.
Took me a second there.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the stair droids, though, because they're always up to something. Somebody just turned this off. Somebody just fucking turned this off. And was like, I'm here for Star Wars, not for these shitty ass puns. I should have introduced him to my step ladder because I never knew my real ladder.
The best dad jokes come from people who aren't dads. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, it's just kind of a faux pas. Two more people just turned it off.
Well, now we're down to none. So they get in this little shuttle thing, though, and she's like, take me to the
Your
fucking
leader.
Mandalorians out there. No, it's the other way around. Take me to the Mandalorians. No. I'm going to take you to my leader.
Yeah, sorry. We have a very specific way of doing things here. We're going to take you to our leaders who are awful people.
Yeah. But I kind of like how it's like, oh, your presence has been requested. And then they're like in this little zoomy pod thing. And she's like, have you ever been here before? And he's like, I've never even heard of this fucking place. So like, How could our presence be requested?
I think we just got voluntold.
So yes, then we meet Captain Bombardier and the Duchess, played by Jack Black and Lizzo. When you say it like that, it sounds like a really insane movie from like the late 70s. Captain Bombardier and the Duchess.
Yeah, I might watch that. This seems to me like, and I could be just reaching here. They were like trying to think of some Star Wars cartoon for kids they could make, and here it is. These two idiots.
Jack Black will voice your cartoon.
Jack Black will voice your cartoon. We know that. And I don't know if Lizzo's still in legal trouble, but she'd probably do something.
I don't think they allow her to do things around people anymore.
Yeah, good. I wish she wasn't allowed to do this.
But, okay, to play devil's advocate, because I understand the hate. They annoy the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
But I've said earlier in this, doing this show specifically, and I think we talked about it on Skeleton Crew too, it's cool to see other parts of Star Wars we've never seen, new ideas.
Yes.
And this planet is a new idea because we've never seen. I
like the planet.
This is the closest thing we've seen to this type of society would be like Coruscant, because it's like an advanced society that's all about the politics and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's still got the corruption and the violence and the evil. This, until we see what's going on though, is just like, this is they pull into this fucking Alice in Wonderland tea party with all these aliens sitting around.
Oh, she's definitely the Queen of Hearts.
There's colorful balloons, and there's like, she's got this hollow cape behind her, and like,
it's like a jellyfish that like it's a sentient creature and it's just paid to walk behind her. That was Lizzo's request. I need some sort of jellyfish to smell my farts all day. Just walk behind me when I toot.
And like, it looks like the dinner scene from Hook. Like the table is just full of colorful dishes that don't make any sense.
No, you're playing devil's advocate just in the wrong sense, because I like everything you said. That's great. My problem is you have people that are Jack Black is Jack Blacking all over the fucking place. Like, he is not acting. He's not playing a character. He's doing his big eye beard stroking thing that he's been doing for a while. It's like, and then Lizzo, I just see her.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't know Lizzo at all, so like that didn't affect me. I think Whitney was the one who told me we were watching it. She was like, "Oh, Lizzo."
But
I
she's
was
a
like,
bad
"What's a
actress.
Lizzo?" Like, I was like, "What is a Lizzo?" And she had to explain it to me.
But you not knowing who Lizzo was, it still probably stood out as like, this is not an actress. This is a cameo.
Yeah.
And speaking of, I want to spoil the one that we're gonna have later with Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
He's playing a character. You know it's Christopher Lloyd, but he's not doing Great Scott Marty. Like, he's just playing a fucking character, and it's great. These two are not. They're being them shit selves.
Because Jack Black can act.
He used to. He
but
can't anymore.
He has stopped.
lost it.
I think he still can. I just think he has stopped because he's hired to play Jack Black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sick of it because I really used to enjoy him as an actor, and now I cannot stand him.
the only thing I like about his character in this is whoever decided to just comb his beard upward.
That's his choice.
Because it's stupid and ridiculous, but also it fits this pompous ass of a
ridiculous
character.
Yeah, stupid, ridiculous character. His name is fucking Captain Bombardier. You better have some weird ass facial hair, dude.
But so, I mean, basically we learn that, he's a former Imperial. He was part of the clemency program or whatever, Operation Paperclip.
Yep.
And they sent him here, and he...
there's no papers, so there's no paper clips.
Hollow clip, sorry.
There you go. Thank you.
He, quote unquote, fell in love with Lizzo and got married, and now he just happens to be the ruler who was also elected, ?
Once I looked at her and her giant crown, I knew I loved her.
That's like a whole nother... That's like a whole nother storyline that they won't do, because I don't think anybody liked these characters, of like, he was just trying to take control of this planet.
Right.
Like, he was just like, I mean, she's all right, but
she's
the
like
power is hot.
She's a milady. She's some sort of a duchess.
Hearing Mando say "milady" and "my lord" is very funny.
Yeah, it's... Don't kiss this ring. Don't bow to these two idiots.
It made me laugh because Mandalorians have like a knight aspect to them, and they have like the honor code and stuff, but you never hear people talk like that in Star Wars. So it was pretty funny to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, he basically married her, took over. They can't have a standing army because he's a former Imperial, and they can't have the Mandalorians come into the city because no standing army can enter the city. They're cops can't even carry guns.
Yeah, they have like these fucking sticks, blades on sticks.
And
some people call it a spear.
And it's basically like, well, you let us come in with our guns. It's like, right, because we're a pluralistic society, and that's your religion, right?
Right. Wink, wink. Huh?
Just say yes. These cops are these robot cops are gonna start shooting you. If you don't agree with me right now, we are all dead.
So they're having an issue with the droids because this place is run by primarily repurposed battle droids.
Yeah, we are on the outer rim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they comment right when they get there, because there's the black R2-D2 and then the black like protocol droid that we've seen on like Imperial ships before. And they're like, what the fuck are Imperial droids doing here? And she's just like, Bo-Katan is like, it's the outer rim, dude. Who fucking knows?
Yeah. Yep.
But like basically some of them have been malfunctioning, assaulting people, injuring people.
Kind of hilariously.
Dude, the first one is so funny. Yeah, I mean, we'll just get there. So they go to meet with Christopher Lloyd, who runs their security.
So basically, he just has a bigger desk than everybody else with more buttons on it. Nobody in this planet has to work ever again, except you three. You three stay down here and you work all the time. Nobody has to work but you. Can't stress this enough. You don't get the day off.
Commissioner Hellgate does not want days off. That's
a
great
You're
name.
right. It is a great name, but how'd you not suspect him as a bad guy? Look, we have a couple of different people of interest here. We have Mr. Smith. We have Mr. Johnson, Mr. Hellgate, and Mr. Clemens.
We have Mr. Stab You in the Throat. He might have been a suspect here.
His wife, Mrs. Definitely Did It, is going to make sure that she's going to come in for some identification here.
But like we'd see this clip show of these malfunctions, and the first one is just very funny because it's just like this droid picking up trash, and all of a sudden he just starts throwing the trash in the air and then just like peels out.
I like the second one. It's like one of the repurposed B1 battle droids holding this lady's like shopping or something, and it just starts kind of shaking and then just throwing all these clothes, pulling the clothes out, much like a little kid with a Kleenex box.
Yeah.
Or me with a Kleenex box.
Okay, that's what I was trying to remember. So those are the B1s. The big ones are just battle droids?
I think they were B2 designation.
B2, that would make sense.
But definitely super battle droids.
Okay. And then I like the third one too. The guy, just the one that just jumps in the car. Like, I don't know if this is a car dealership or what. Sorry, it's speeder. I don't know if it's a speeder dealership or what, but this one just jumps in this speeder, smashes it into a wall, and then starts running around flailing. Like, they're very funny malfunctions. I guess I could see how that could still be dangerous because they are murder robots. But they're like, okay, so turn off the droids. And just,
No.
What?
No.
What? Well, you can't turn off the droids.
Are you insane?
I am Mr. Hellgate.
It's a different storied actor, but it still works.
Oh, I would love to see John Lithgow in fucking Star Wars. Like, just make him a pretentious aristocrat or something. You know,
I was gonna
aristocrat would
say-
be fine too.
I was gonna say he's definitely a corrupt politician, maybe a former separatist. Like our
Everybody
friend
wants
Commissioner
to be a cat.
Yeah, he could be a Hellgate type, but I think closer to the character that Luthen Rael, who he's pretending to be.
Oh, like
Stellan Skarsgård.
yeah, like the person he's acting like he actually is.
Yes, that kind of guy would be perfect. Like, this comes from a land of antiquity.
But like basically, they can't turn off the droids because nobody would know how to survive because they don't work. The droids do literally everything.
This is where AI wants us to go.
Yeah,
This is where we're at.
Then we're
already have-
under its thumb.
We already have people that have trouble, spelling and doing simple mathematics, myself included, because you have these computers that do it for you. So I got spell check. I don't have to remember how to spell fucking cacciatore.
Well, just remember your math teacher always told you there's no way you'll ever have a calculator in your pocket at all times. So
I know, because sometimes it's actually just in my hand. It's not in my pocket.
sometimes I forget it in my car.
Sometimes I left it at work.
All right, Paul. So I think it's time we, made a trailer.
Do we have to?
Like, people keep asking, so we're gonna deliver.
Well, what are we supposed to do in this damn trailer?
we're just gonna talk about shit we do here. We theme our months, right? Like, what do we?
I mean, I know we've done stuff like musicals and animation month and creature features, all sorts of stuff, but is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's something kind of like that. That I'm probably gonna sit there and tell people, we're on all social medias. We're on the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and it's all under Flicks and Friends podcast.
Yeah, I guess so, if they're not tired of hearing that by now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that'll work. Should we press record?
Yeah, let's press record right now.
If you really enjoy listening to Bad Movies, Worst People, just so you know, we do have Patreon. We have 2 different tiers.
That's right. Patreon.com/worstpeople. We have a $3 tier where you get early access to Han Took Shots First, our Star Wars podcast. You get a monthly newsletter. You get archived episodes that are no longer available on the main feed. Plus, you get our monthly mental health episode.
Which we need.
And we do. And there's also a $5 tier where you get all of that content, plus you get ad-free episodes from the main feed, and you get access to Latchkey Vids, which is our recap show about forgotten or never known television shows from the 90s, like Cop Rock.
Too soon, man. It was just too early. It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. So check out patreon.com/worstpeople. Help support this crazy endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Their goal is to go figure out which droids are the rogue ones and decommission them. So they have to talk to a bunch of Ugnaughts. And I really love this sequence.
Same. This is where I was turning around the episode. I mean, just getting there was already really cool. I like the planet setup and aesthetic. But this, I was like, all right. I guess I judged this episode too harshly the first time. I was just so put off by those two. But now this time, I'm back in.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jack Black and Lizzo did 7 hours of work, and most of it was costuming.
A lot of that was craft service. It's not a fat joke, by the way. It's just me not liking them, and they didn't do anything.
But they go down there, and Bo-Katan is trying to talk to these Ugnaughts, and they're not even acknowledging that she exists, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Mando stepping in, like, I am a friend of Ugnaught Queel. You will help us. I have spoken.
Oh my God! He said the magic word. Words. He said the magic words.
And of course, it goes right back to Bo-Katan, and she's like, "These robots are fucked up," and he's like,
"No,
no, that's impossible. No. We don't fuck up."
Yeah, and Mando's like, "Hey, hold on. No one said anything bad about your work here. Hold on. We know your droid smithing capabilities are legendary. The whole planet, the whole galaxy talks about it when you guys aren't around." I like how all of them still look like Nick Nolte. I don't know why. I was just like, man, there's like 3 or 4 different design Ugnaughts, and they all still look like Nick Nolte.
Well, and I would have to go back and look at older Ugnaughts, because we only ever saw them in the background, right? Like they were the ones that were loading Han Solo into the
we see him on Best Friend. We see him messing around with C-3PO's head, like playing catch with it, while Chewie's gathering parts of 3PO.
I'd have to see how close they look to the original ones. Obviously, they do new designs for the new stuff. But
it's really close to design, but I think the biggest difference is, and I think I'm using the right word here, articulation of the facial features.
Yeah, because they can have animatronic masks and stuff now.
And it's not that. We have a better way of doing latex and rubber now.
Yeah,
ask your penis. It's just that the other ones were just a thick rubber mask that didn't move. So I don't think we ever heard any of them doing like an audible line, just grunts and noises. And
so it would be that they, Queel is the one we've spent the most time with in the entire history of Star Wars, and because we know what Nick Nolte looks like.
Not the entire history of Star Wars, live action
Star Wars. Sorry, we know what Nick Nolte looks like.
Wait till you get to Melchi.
And Nick Nolte kind of just looks like an Ugnaught. Yeah. So now we are associating those things. So it's like, well, they all just look like Nick Nolte. It's like, no, they still look like Ugnaughts. They look like Ugnaughts have always looked. Just so does Nick Nolte.
My grandfather used to always tell me all Ugnaughts look alike, like Nick Nolte.
The same grandfather that was in Galaxy War 2.
Yeah. Yep. World's War.
I can't tell the difference between all those Ugnaughts.
I'll tell you, man, they all look alike. All the Ugnaughts, they all look like Nick Nolte. Sound like him, too. I have spoken.
So, yeah, he tells them about how they all know of their legendary kickassery. I have spoken. So they give them the location of where the droid thing is underground. And when they're walking down there...
They find a way to... Like, there's going to be an incident here. Like, they just somehow know.
Well, they go to the... where they're the B2 droids are like loading up stuff to deliver.
Right.
And like, cause like, they're like, well, this is where it's like the hub, I think is why they sent them there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like, well, they do give them a list of like, here are the locations of the rogue droids. We don't see all that investigation because you would think like, okay, they went there and asked about this or whatever, maybe investigated those other ones. But what we see is them go to like the hub and start talking to this B1 droid. And it's like, you know, you're not allowed here, whatever. Bo-Katan, as they're walking in, is like, do any of these droids look suspicious to you? And we know Mando's history with these battle droids.
Every single fucking one of them.
Yeah. I mean, that was my favorite line early on, because, you know, Jack Black is trying to convince Bo-Katan to do all this. And she's like, I don't know. What do you think? Because he's like, you know, we'll tell the council that Mandalore is a sovereign province and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, what do you think? What do you think, Mando? And he's like, you had me at battle droid.
Yeah, I get to hunt battle droids. Dope.
He's grown in his disdain for droids. Like, he doesn't hate them all, but he still hates battle droids.
He knows that one of these could have been, well, I guess they got destroyed. This model killed his parents.
Yeah, battle droid killed my papa. But like, while she's trying to question this B1 droid, Mando just goes over and starts shoving these fucking things.
He's like he's wiping his hand in front of their faces, sensor things, whatever, and then pushing them. The B1's like, I wouldn't do that. Sorry, Roger. I wouldn't do that, Roger. He's like, why? I thought you said they were safe. He's like, they're battle droids though. They're designed for battle. You hear it? Are you hearing it? Battle droid.
I think he kicks over this one. He like just gives it a boot and it falls over and drops the box. And then it just comes back and gives him a fucking roundhouse kick and kicks him across the room. And it's like, found the broken one.
Found him. Yeah, they are the B2 super battle droids.
Okay. So then we get this chase scene through a pastel version of neon from Starfield.
That's all I thought too. It was like it's cleaner neon.
It's neon, but everything is pink and light blue.
It's Easter and neon.
And you know, it's a big chase scene. It looks okay. It's one of those ones where it's a lot of CG,
yeah,
versus like just having the volume or whatever. So some of the stuff doesn't look great. The battle droids running looks off, especially because you have two actual human beings chasing it. But it's a small complaint. It's just one of those things, you know.
It's quick enough.
But Mando does a classic, cut him off at the pass.
I hate that cliche.
Runs around the side, takes out this droid. They find, and he goes to shoot it, and she comes up, Bo-Katan comes up behind it and just blasts it right in its like neck sensor things.
Mm-hmm.
This is the beginning of Mandalorians know, just go for the neck.
And sometimes you have to triple tap or 5 tap or 6 tap or 7 tap. And it's the next episode, but there's those scenes all bop, 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 bop.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say. We'll see a lot in the next one. They're just like, go for the neck. It's not go for the headshot because. But yeah, they take this thing out and they find this business card, whatever the fuck this thing is.
You know what? It's called a spark pad.
Yeah.
So all I can think about is it's supposed to be an old noir detective episode, and this is a matchbook.
Yeah, I didn't think about it until you said they said spark pad, but I hear Star Wars people say stupid shit all the time. You said spark pad, and I was like, matchbook.
I say stupid Star Wars stuff all the time.
Yeah, but you're not wearing it. If you put on that fucking Boba Fett helmet, I'd be like, yeah, spark pad, cool, get it.
But yeah, that's all I thought of, like an old gumshoe matchbook.
Okay.
See, this robot's been drinking at a gin joint, see?
That makes a lot of sense. I actually like that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So they head over to the Resistor, which is a droid bar.
Oh, see, I thought it was just a bar for gay dudes called Resist Her.
I love Bo-Katan going in. She's like, let me do the talking because kicking droids isn't helpful. And he's like, well,
but
it worked,
it's fun. Have you tried it? It is a hoot. Watch, here comes a little mouse droid right now. Kick it. Do it. Kick the mouse droid. Kick it.
We get some premium mouse droid in the next. Was it the next episode? Maybe it's the last one. I watched them all, so I'm confused now.
I think it's the last one.
One of them falls off a cliff. It's very funny. But, so they walk in. We get the classic like record scratch moment of like the music stops. All the droids turn and look at him. He's like, I don't think they get our kind in here very often.
You're not welcome in these parts, Pilgrim.
And of course, the very obvious reference to episode 4. We don't serve their kind in here.
Yeah.
But at least one, maybe 2 people had to write that in the trivia. I was like, no, I know. I've seen them fucking movie.
Yeah. I'm not adult.
I'm not adult. I was like, I am an adult. Don't.
I'm not an adult.
I've seen Star Wars. I'm not an adult.
Keeps you young, baby.
Basically, they talk to the bartender droid, and they're like, all the malfunctions lead here. And he's like, no shit, this is the droid bar.
This is the droid we're looking for.
And she's like, you can't, what are you doing? Like, try to intimidate these droids. He's like, they can't be reasoned with. She's like, yeah, they can. They're programmed. All they do is reason.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, well, those other ones were programmed not to hurt organics. How's that going?
Well, one of them just peeled out and, kind of ran away after throwing trash. The other one was pulling lingerie out of a box. And that one crashed in a speeder. It's fine.
I mean, they did say that there were injuries. I don't know if anybody got killed, but
this society doesn't even know what an injury is. It means that somebody's feelings got hurt.
My brand new shirt was ripped. I was injured.
I felt targeted and a little triggered.
Oh, this is an entire safe space planet.
Yep. We're getting there. Just kidding. They'll never let us have that.
But this is a really cool moment because the bartender's overhearing him. He's like, dude, I want to help because we don't want to be decommissioned and replaced by humans. A lot of us are old droids. We've been repurposed. We're from like the separatist movement way back in
Even
the day.
Before that, there's some very old ones in here.
There's the one that drove the Star Tours.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Because like some of us are out of work. It's like, yeah, no one goes on Star Tours anymore. I'm out of work.
Although didn't we see that guy working in Skeleton Crew?
And something else. Oh, Mando. He's driving the space bus that he has to put his weapons away on.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And we will see them in Rebels.
Oh no, Skeleton Crew, it wasn't a droid driving. I was thinking when the kids were taking the ferry from like their ship to the pirate to Tortuga. That was a little dude.
Little dude.
I was getting it mixed up with what you were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's like if the New Republic got their hands on us, they would just scrap us because we're old and shitty. We don't want to be replaced. Organics created us, so the least we can do is help you figure this out.
Aww.
And there's like a round of like slam poetry snapping going on.
Bunch of beatniks.
So we learned that there aren't an options of drinks here. They drink Nepenthe, which is an oil that lubricates their system and patches their programming.
I'd have a sip. I think my programming could be, patched up a little.
Well, that's why I drink.
Same.
Patches my programming.
And I like the way it tastes.
And turns out all the malfunctioning droids had the same batch of Nepenthe. And I feel like we didn't need Din Djarin and Bo-Katan Kryze to figure this out. The cops here just suck because they aren't real. Like they don't have crime.
They're lazy. It's a fucking Demolition Man.
Like go to the fucking droid bar. Because literally all this guy did was open this record thing, flip through real quick, and go, yeah, they all had that same batch.
Yeah. But I think you nailed it though. No one knows what they're fucking doing.
Yeah.
Nobody thought, you know what? No, nobody thought to go talk to the Ugnaughts. That's what it was. Like, they're like, nah, they're basement dwellers. We don't talk to them.
They work. Ew.
Yeah, they're working. Ugh. Ugnaughts.
So they take the battle droid to this scientist lady who takes some of the Nepenthe out of the system or some of the oil.
It's
kind
of cool because they're doing it very CSI like lab work where it's almost like blood, like they've got a little fuselage thing and a little spinny. It's not fuselage, is it? Whatever.
Yeah, no, I don't know the word now.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're doing a DNA analysis, but on robot juice.
On robots, and they're going through, they find something. She's like, oh, it's got markings. He's like, no. Flip the perspective. It's writing.
Well, at first she's like, oh, like there's actually little nano droids in here. And it's like, why would you have nano droids in there? That seems weird. Although I'm like, it said it patches its programming. So I feel like it all has nano droids, but yeah, she looks at the thing. There's a chain code on the little nano droids and it goes all the way back to the Techno Union.
We saw a Techno Union guy in the original prequels.
Yeah, because they talk about them. They were part of the Separatists, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's got a big like mechanical collar that goes just over the nose and some really weird goggles over his big giant eyes. So you really only see like the top of his green head, and he's got a little dial in his voice box. And it's like,
If Disney had already owned Star Wars when the prequels came out, do you think they would have just hired Deadmau5?
That'd be fucking rad.
But it turns out that these nanodroids weren't commissioned by maintenance. They were requisitioned by the security office, which is illegal because there are no records of this transaction, even though she knows they were requisitioned by the security office.
Right.
And she can say exactly who did it, which was Commissioner Hellgate.
What?
Bum, bum, bum.
Commissioner, I'm definitely not a Sith. He's the hidden Sith?
It's actually great that you said that, because when they go to arrest him, like at first he's got this failsafe button. He's like, this isn't a failsafe. If I hit this, it turns them all back into battle droids and they'll fucking kill everybody.
Yeah.
You want me to do that?
You want battle droids? That's how you get battle droids. I mean, somebody should have thought about that. Like, can we at least look at what the button does? We got a guy named Hellgate in charge.
Christopher Lloyd is old as shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like he couldn't do a lot because he has a very short part, but he does get a cool speech. I'm looking real quick to see.
I love his speech.
He's 87 right now, so he was 84 when he did this.
His speech is great because he's like, what is
they tell him to give up.
I didn't give up when it was the corrupt ass republic. I didn't give up to the empire. And she's like, you're a separatist. He's like, that's a bad word. I like democracy.
And then it just goes off. Count Dooku was a visionary. He was cut down in his prime
by the fucking criminal Jedi. I serve democracy. Isn't that right, my queen?
Well, it's direct
just so
democracy.
Funny. But it's just so funny how it's all these places, like even Queen Amidala is a fucking elected queen at 13 years old. It's so stupid. No wonder it's so easy to take over Naboo. Just fucking distract her with TikTok reels, and the whole fucking world is yours.
I think he's in the middle of his speech, and he just gets fucking zapped, and he does like it just falls over kind of thing.
Like, you know what? You don't have to give up. I'm taking you out.
So we go back to Captain Bombardier and the Duchess.
And Captain Bombardier and the Duchess
playing space croquet, and it looks like a fun game.
Yeah, but she's cheating.
Is she?
Well, Grogu's cheating for her.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to remember the name of the game, which is croquet.
Very much like Alice in Wonderland when they're playing croquet with those little animals that roll up into furry little balls.
Oh, Grogu is the fur ball.
This is caterpillars.
Yeah, because they change the directions so that the Queen of Hearts wins.
Bugs.
Yeah.
That's what's happening now. Grogu's like, watch this trick shot. And even fucking Jack Black's like, bully! I've never seen anyone do that before.
It's a good Jack Black.
Thanks. It's not, but thank you.
Well, you didn't say anything negative about your longtime business partner at a concert. Yeah. So,
well, wait till we go on tour. You piece of shit.
We get some more Star Wars gobbledygook language because they go turn in Hellgate.
Oh God, it's some of the most Star Warsian words.
I definitely wrote it down because Jack Black's like, "This is despicable." Christopher Lloyd says, "If that isn't the Quacta calling the Stifling slimy."
The fuck did you just say to me?
Is that not almost the same thing that Pelimoto said at some point, or am I just my brain's just like gibber?
I don't know, because she says she has the most Star Wars lines, like the most amount.
Yeah. Well, now I need to know what a Quacta and a Stifling are. I'm sure I could Google it, but I didn't. Yeah,
I could too. I was like, I don't know it, and I feel like it'd be cheating if I looked it up.
So he might get his job back in the future, but for now he is exiled to the moon of Paraquat.
We're going to put you there in case we want you back for character development.
So they give him access to the army and the key to Plaisir. And I just love it at this point. Bo-Katan is like, yeah, let's get through all the pomp. I know you guys want to do your little pomp and circumstance bullshit. I need to go talk to Axe Woves. So yes, I'll take your little key.
It's not little.
We can knight the little tiny baby Grogu.
It's not even a little key. I'd be so upset. Like, so I just got to carry this? I just got to carry this the rest of the day?
Well, it's like a key to the city thing. It's always some giant bullshit.
Cool. Send me a fucking droid over to carry it for me.
Dude, as soon as they hit space, they just drop this thing out the fucking drop chute of the gauntlet.
Are we ever coming back here? No.
You think this thing will go in the torpedo tube or?
How much do you think this is worth? This is a fucking a land of pleasantries. Might be worth a little something.
Well, would you have to hit the pawn shop on Plaisir to actually sell it though, or like?
No, because these things. This key grows out of trees on Plaisir.
Well, he's dead. I was gonna say they can go hit up Stellan Skarsgård, but he's long dead at this point. So
yeah, not in our hearts though.
Grogu gets knighted. That's adorable. It doesn't count for anything. That'll be later. And they go and they meet up with the Mando Mercs, the entire point of the episode. And I love Axe Woves right out of the gate. It's just like, oh, came to join us in our cool fleet.
Look at this camp. Pretty cool. See my banner back there? It's my banner. It's kind of cool.
See how it's like the Night Owl logo, but I put an axe on it.
It's the Axe Clan. You can axe around. We're pretty cool.
And she's like, no, I came to reclaim my fleet. So she challenges him, and they have a little fight.
It's actually pretty cool.
I love the start because it's like I was like, okay, they're gonna like spar, like not a real fight because they're friends ish. But he just starts by fucking launching a rocket at her.
Launches a rocket, which makes me wonder. You just gotta keep your head in a swivel when there's a Mandalorian fight, dude, because there is collateral damage aplenty if you're not watching out. Later in the fight, somebody, I think it's him again, maybe it's her, launches another rocket and it goes past like into a crowd of Mandalorians.
They cut to Grogu at that point, and death-loving Grogu is just like, oh shit.
Oh my, that's dangerous. I enjoy the fight. Like I like the use of jetpack martial arts.
I like her jetpack powered drop kick.
Yeah,
that's pretty
very
cool.
fun. Yeah, she's fucking putting in some work.
Like this episode and the next episode, we get to see a lot of Mandalorian like fighting style, which we haven't. We've seen a little bit of, but it's usually a Mandalorian versus someone else.
Yeah.
But this is Mandalorian versus Mandalorian, so it's just jetpack jumps and flips and rockets and fucking flamethrowers and little shields. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I enjoy it. That's why I came back to this episode in a better way. Like I hate every second that those two are on, but after that, like the fight's fucking cool. Christopher Lloyd is always good.
And so she gets him down, the knife to his neck.
Oh, lucky.
Dude, I commented because Whitney was with me when I was watching this one, and she comes walking up, and we might have commented about it before, and I don't mean to be disgusting to anybody out there who's offended by this, but this Mandalorian outfit fits tightly on all of these people.
Yeah.
Katie Sackhoff has a lot of hips and butt to work with.
She's caked up.
She comes walking up and she's like, I came to get my fleet. And he's like, it's my fleet now. And like, they show her walking up like a silhouette. And I was like, I think she wins.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. She got you.
I'm following the cakes, man.
You're not being gross and disgusting. Or if you are, you're in a lot of good company because this is all over the internet, dude. Like there is people comparing her butt shape from Clone Wars when she doesn't really have one. Because, it's a cartoon for kids.
Yeah.
And then her in real life, it's just like there's worships to this woman's cakes.
Clone Wars wasn't drawn by the people who drew the X-Men cartoon from the 90s. They weren't.
They weren't trying to give us fetishes. God, I can't remember. It's her reading something where it's like this percentage of people like Bo-Katan, this percentage of people don't like Bo-Katan, and she's like, and then this percentage, and she's reading it. She's like, this percentage wants Bo-Katan to sit on their face. It's like, yeah, it's a pretty high percentage.
That's 100.
It's 100. No, there's somebody out there that's like,
No, I don't like them. I don't like cakes. I like thin butts.
I'm like, even a gay man who has zero interest in women is like, I mean, I'd try.
like, dang. Like, dang.
But he's like, why did you even challenge me? You should be challenging Djarin instead. He's the one with your fucking sword. You want to be a leader? Go get the Darksaber.
If so facto, let me quid pro quo here.
And what he says here, what Mando says, I didn't think about when we did the episode where he got kidnapped by the eye creature and everything.
Yeah.
But when they were playing the previously on at the beginning of this, I thought this exact thing. I was like, oh, because he's like, no, I was captured. The Darksaber was taken from me. She killed the guy who took it from me. Therefore, this is hers.
I shouldn't have this in the first place.
So she won it in combat. And they're like, fuck. All right.
Fine.
Yeah, you're right. And like I literally didn't think about it until I watched the previously on. I was like, dude, she fucking killed that thing that stole the Darksaber.
Yeah, because we see the creature like take the Darksaber, look at it, and toss it behind it. So like, change of ownership, really.
Yeah, exactly. He took it kind of in combat.
Yeah, it's combat. It's sneakies, but it's combat.
Yeah.
All is fair in love and Darksabers.
She gets the Darksaber. She does the cool fucking hero pose. And that's the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't seen the cartoons, but the trivia was like it's basically mirroring when she gets the Darksaber from Sabine Wren in the cartoons, the same shot kind of thing. So yeah, I mean it's not. This is the one I know you'd been dreading the most, Jack. And yes, but the Jack Black and Lizzo is probably
it's quick.
4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes of a 45-minute episode.
Felt
or
like
so
20.
38-minute episode, I guess.
Felt like 20 minutes of screen time.
And then the middle is like, it is what it is. It's just a space filler adventure kind of thing.
It's a gumshoe.
But exactly, that's what I was going to say. I like the noir detective aspect of it. I like Christopher Lloyd. And
yeah,
I like
it's
people
a cool
getting
planet.
blasted.
I like seeing robots drink.
Dude, they're just sitting around with like IV bags of oil and just sucking on these hoses full of oil. Oh, speaking of sucking on hoses, we didn't talk about it. Let's go back to the beginning real quick.
Okay.
The Alice in Wonderland Tea Party. They come walking in and Jack Black says, I hope you like secretions.
Yeah.
There is a vat with a creature in it that just has hoses coming out. And all these various alien species are just sitting around slurping on this thing's secretions.
I wonder if that creature likes it.
I mean, based on this society, I would say it's not doing harm to the creature.
It's a reverse bukkake. It's one person coming on a lot of people.
But either way, it's fucking gross. When I walk in, don't say, I hope you like secretions.
Yeah, because look, I might have tried this not knowing what it was, but now it's like, I hope you like secretions. I don't. I turned out that I don't. I don't even drink milk, dude. It's just some cow up there just getting fucking sucked off. Ooh.
I mean, the thing isn't like...
I am utterly delighted.
The thing isn't like hooked to anything. It's just in like an aquarium swimming around. So I guess it just swims around in the water and squirts shit out, and then they just drink the squirts.
You're drinking your poops.
Squirt.
You're drinking the
Squad. Secretions.
So that's the end of chapter 22. Whatever it was called. I forgot the title already. And next 2 weeks from now, we'll be back to talk about chapter 23, The Spies. I'm so excited.
Yep.
Oh, and trying to cross promote stuff. Our next episode on Bad Movies, Worst People coming up this Monday. It's Mental Health Month now. We're doing it in April instead of May this year because we have some plans for May.
Pay attention, people.
And we'll be doing Whitney's mental health movie first, which is one she's been talking about forever. Threesome with Stephen Baldwin, Josh Charles, and Laura Flynn Boyle.
There you go.
Yeah. I was like Twin Peaks, but then I couldn't remember which one it was. Anyway, that's available on Tubi, or you can rent it for $4, buy it for $13. And our mental health episode on the Patreon at patreon.com/worstpeople is a listener request from Cody. And it's a movie called Sorry to Bother You, which I'd never heard of, but I was doing looking up images and stuff. This looks like a treat. It's Lakeith Stanfield is the star, but I saw Danny Glover in there.
Okay.
I saw a horseman creature walking around.
Okay.
I saw a guy with like a steampunk mustache and a top
Turns
hat.
out it wasn't a horseman creature, just Sarah Jessica Parker.
It looks like it looks like it's a movie about working at like a call center, but I saw a guy with a steampunk mustache and a top hat. So I was like, I don't know what this movie is. I'm in.
It's a call center run by fucking hipsters.
And that one's available on Canopy, which is the library app, which is totally worth it. If you have a library that's part of that, go get your library card and sign up, because I've used Canopy a lot since I went and got my library card.
I've got some late fees.
And this one, I think I did, but those were from like 30 years ago. No one cared. I went in there. I was like, do I owe you money? And she was like, what?
What is money? We're a library.
The reason I say to check out Canopy, though, for this one especially, is because it's not even on, according to Just Watch, it's not on Prime or anything to like rent or buy or stream. It's on some of the other ones like Google Play and Fandango. You can buy it for $10 on Apple, but you can just watch it on Canopy for free. So check that out, and then we will see you guys in 2 weeks when we talk about The Spies. I've been Derrick.
2 weeks. I'm Jack.
If that isn't the quackta calling the stifling slimy.
Perfect.
Let's talk about fish martinis.
Fish teenies, bro. Oh, God. I will take mine extra dirty.
Does that mean extra fish juice?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Can you milk a sardine?
Wait, you don't milk sardines, bro?
Mm-mm.